This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome back to yet another Wednesday edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel. Oh, heck yeah, let's get it going because there is plenty of Oilers news today. I promised you the news about Oscar Klefbom, and I think I did a pretty good job delivering that and the options we face with that. Another option I heard about potentially is Tyson Barrie, but let's not discuss that because that does not seem like a solution to me, alright? So, let's instead spend the next 8 minutes or so discussing Puljujarvi. Oh my goodness. Tyson, you're bringing me my favorite news. I can't get enough of you talking about Puljujarvi and the Edmonton Oilers. I know, I'm sick of it too, alright? At some point this is going to be over. And it looks like we're almost done with it, okay? I promise. Hopefully the next 2 or 3 videos I bring you on Puljujarvi, one of them is him signing with the Oilers or him getting traded by the Oilers or signing and trading or getting signed by a KHL team or something, alright? Hopefully something. So, of course, what you need to know about Puljujarvi today is that his rights were traded in the KHL today. If I can find that tweet, I just need to bring it up here for a second so I can read it. It was all the way at the top, wasn't it? It was all the way right here. So according to the KHL diaries, HCSKA in the KHL has traded the rights to a goalie for Puljujarvi's rights from Torpedo, so keep that in mind. Yeah, probably nothing to watch there considering we've got a lot of smoke here with the Oilers and Puljujarvi signing, according to Frank Seravalli, possibly, well, let me get that for you, a 1-year deal, $1.25 to $1.5 million range. Now, this was in the afternoon, right? This is about 3 o'clock, so we know of the Oscar Klefbom news. So, if we know now with the Oscar Klefbom news, if we spend to the cap, we have $15.3 million of cap space. That, my friends, is where you find that money to bring Puljujarvi back at $1.5 million. The Oilers have some money to spend in free agency. They spend it wisely. They can get the 1A, 1B to Koskinen, like Mike Smith was last year. They can get a number 1 defenseman via trade or via free agency and trading somebody like a Chris Russell out. And of course, we can bring in Puljujarvi into the fold. We can find our third line center. And right there, you've got about $50,000 of cap space left. That's my quick maths. Say, we can do it. We can do it. So, craziness, right? All of a sudden, you go from 10.5 to 11.2 to 15.3. And now the whole world's opened up. This little brain of mine is seeing numbers in a whole new light with this potential Oscar Klefbom season-ending injury before the season even gets underway, which means he's on the LTIR. And give me $15.3 million of cap space to work with, and I'm allowed to trade Chris Russell or James Neal or Puljujarvi or somebody worth more than $1 million. Give me up towards $17 million in cap space, and I will show you what I can do as GM of the Edmonton Oilers. But I will show you more precisely what I want Ken Holland to do as Edmonton Oilers GM. Now, here's the thing. Let's address elephant in the room, number 1, when it comes to giving Puljujarvi $1.5 million. That's a lot on a show me, prove me deal for everything that's gone on, all things considered, flat cap, and everything rolled into one. Now, the reason I'm considering this is why wouldn't you use that weird magical $15-16 million in cap space we now somewhat have if Oscar Klefbom is legitimately out all next season? And why wouldn't you re-sign Andres Athanasiou and prove everybody out there doubting him that they're wrong, give him that chance to succeed in Edmonton, and have a guy, a bona fide top 6 guy with all that speed, all that skill, 30 goals. Whoa, light me up, right? Oh, yes, good times. Here's the thing, right? That's number 1. That's one thing to consider. Second thing to consider with Puljujarvi in this whole mess is, obviously, if you've got all this cap space, how do you build a team? I think we circle back now to Mikko Koivu and the Edmonton Oilers. If you're bringing him back, Puljujarvi, and now you've magically got enough money for a third-line center, you bring in Mikko Koivu and you nail him on a line with Jesse Puljujarvi and say, hey, this kid's going to score you all the goals. You're pretty good at passing the puck. Pass the puck to him, tell him to shoot it and finish, and let's score some goals. That seems like a pretty good dynamic third line pair. Koivu and Puljujarvi, Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins, Yamamoto, McDavid, Athanasiou, and whoever else, whatever you want to do. I don't know, however you figure it out, depending if you move out of Russell and Neal, whatever you do. But look at it. See, now we're talking. You see this up and down face? It's going up, up, up. You bring in Oliver Ekman-Larsson. You bring in Alex Pietrangelo. You bring in Torrey Krug. One of those three, and suddenly, oh my goodness, we've got options. And here's the thing, right, is we're nearing a deal with Jesse Puljujarvi. Thankfully, because I know I've been anti-Jesse Puljujarvi, but here's one thing I'm anti at this point. I am fatigued. They talk about lockdown fatigue and all that, and I don't want to discuss that. If I see that in the comments, that's getting deleted right now, right here. But what I want to talk fatigue is Jesse Puljujarvi contract discussion with the Edmonton Oilers. Fatigue. I am tired. I am done. I am over it. I want it to be done. I don't care if it gets resolved the way I want it to. I don't care if it gets resolved the way 30 other NHL teams want it to. I don't care if it gets resolved the way Puljujarvi does. I don't care if it gets resolved the way Ken Holland does. Just get it done with, please. That's all I have to say at this point. I'm tired. I'm done. I am over it. It's finished. Just get it done and let's friggin' move on, all right? It's the most aggravating, boring storyline for me to talk about. You wouldn't notice by how fired up and aggravated I am by it, but yeah. Right? But here we go. So that's the nice part about this, is there's a couple of things to weigh in here. The contract money seems like a lot. Wouldn't you go with Athanasiou over that? What do you do here? What do you do there? All things considered, though, we now have 4.16 more million in cap space. You bring in a guy that all the fanboys of Jesse Puljujarvi are saying is going to be a legit bang dynamite winger for McDavid. We have never scored so many goals, not even with Gretzky, Curry, and Messier and Coffey have we ever scored so many goals in NHL history as the Edmonton Oilers. If you would staple Jesse Puljujarvi to McDavid's wing, but trust in me, it will happen, is what they say. But I don't know. Fun one if you can figure that one out. But all right, I'm done. I'm getting a little off the rails here. So I'm gonna piece on out. I promised you at least 8 minutes. You got at least 8 minutes on Jesse Puljujarvi. I don't know how you're still getting 8 minutes on Jesse Puljujarvi. All right, it's beyond me at this point. But guys, that's the news. That's what you need to know. We have 2 pieces of real Edmonton Oilers news today, or whatever you consider Jesse Puljujarvi news nowadays. Go check out the Klefbom video. Hit that subscribe button. Draft is next week on Tuesday. So let's go get ready for that. Live stream fires up 4:30. We get going first round on the couch. You know the drill. Let's get it going. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I am up on out of here.